Hola, hola, hello.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to Funwedge.
What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to Funnelheads. Today we're going to be going over the overall review for the Carnival Miracle. We're going to break down the ship into different categories, grade each category separately, and then have an overall grade at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. We'll also use personal videos to kind of show, people what we're talking about to help you get a better feel for the ship itself. If you're new to the channel or returning and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so, becoming part of our Funnelhead family. We'd absolutely love to have you. Liking and commenting on the video really helps the channel grow. It supports us and we appreciate it. But let's get right into today's video. Now we're going to break down the ship into 4 different categories, starting off with food, drinks, entertainment, and then we'll discuss the ship itself. Now let's start off with everyone's favorite topic, food. Now, of course, like any of our other videos, we start off with the negatives first, followed by the positives, because we always want to end on a positive note. Let's discuss some of the negative. Now, starting off with the Lido buffet, and this counts for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but in our opinion, the food was just not very good on the Lido deck for the buffet. A lot of times the food was bland and not really hot, just kind of warm. Also, the variety was really lacking, and in fact, a lot of days they offered, some of the same items. They repeated items a lot. Now, the other negative for the food category is that this class ship doesn't have some of the food venues that other ships that are similar in size have, like Gigi's Asian Kitchen, as well as Cucina del Capitano, of course, the Italian restaurant. It's also missing Big Chicken. Now, on this ship, they did have bonsai sushi. However, I would put this as a negative because typically bonsai sushi is a sit-down restaurant on a lot of the other class ships. And on this ship, it's basically just a window that you order from, and then you pick up your food. They don't have the whole menu that some of the other ships have as well. So we typically will get sushi at least once a cruise, and on this cruise we did not get it at all just because of the lack of menu, and we like the experience of sitting down. Now, moving on to some of the positives for the food category, and we have to start with Nick and Nora's Steakhouse. Now, this is the specialty restaurant on this ship. It's kind of like Fahrenheit 555, which is Carnival Steakhouse on a lot of their other ships. But the food here was excellent. We only ate there the one time, but we would have gladly ate there every day if we could afford it. Not only was the food amazing, of course the service was great, but the room itself is absolutely stunning. It sits right below the translucent whale tail, or the funnel of the ship, gives off this pink glow, and we just had a great time. We were there for about 2 hours and enjoyed every second of it. Now, of course, this is a specialty restaurant, so there is a little bit of an upcharge, as well as you're going to want to reserve the table because they do book up. I would try to do it either before the cruise or the first day of the cruise if it's something you're interested in. We are going to, in the near future, have a full video on Nick and Nora's Steakhouse, so definitely, follow us when that video comes out. Now, as far as some of the other positives, let's talk about the main dining room. I would highly recommend doing your time dining instead of picking early or late, so that way you just have a little bit more options or flexibility with your schedule. And the great thing about the Miracle was we never had a long wait in the dining room, or for the dining room, I should say. Typically, it was less than 5 minutes, and we definitely didn't wait more than 10 minutes for a table. The food in the main dining room on this ship was excellent. The food came out pretty quickly compared to other class ships and was hot and delicious on most nights. Now, as far as some of the other food venues that had positives, we always enjoy the Blue Iguana Cantina for their breakfast and lunch burritos, as well as their taco salad and tacos. Guy's Burger is always good if you are in the mood for having a fresh burger with fries, as well as the pizzeria. Always a good time for pizza, no matter the time of day. And lastly, our favorite favorite spot for a quick bite to eat is by far the deli. I don't think we've ever had a deli, wrap or sandwich that we didn't like. That's a place that we typically go to at least once a day. Now, lastly, I do have to discuss chopsticks, and this was technically a part of the Lido buffet, but only during lunchtime, and it's basically Chinese food, but the Chinese food there was really wonderful. The variety always changed every day, and the soups were absolutely delicious. If you like Chinese food, definitely try it. I had more Chinese food this last cruise than I probably had in the last year, so definitely got my fair share. Now, moving on to the drink category, let's discuss just a couple of negatives real quick. Now, if you are a soda or pop drinker, however you want to call it, unfortunately on this ship, they don't have any of the fountain soda machines. You will have to either physically go up to a bar to get a drink, or, of course, you can order for a runner. Luckily on this ship, it's not very busy, so you should be able to get one no problem. On some of the other ships, you can have quite a bit of a wait in order to get your drink. And the last negative for the drink category is just going to be the variety of free drinks. Unfortunately, as far as free goes, they only offer a very limited amount. So you have your juices in the morning, your iced tea, coffee, whether it's regular decaf, hot chocolate, fountain water, and that is pretty much it. You have, of course, your milk and chocolate milk for breakfast, but if you are looking for anything else but those items, you are going to have to pay for it. So I wish they did expand some of the free items just a little bit as far as the drink category goes. Now let's discuss some of the positives in regards to the drink category, starting off with the venues on board the ship, or the bars, are very good. Some of our favorites are the Red Frog Pub, the Piano Bar, and the Alchemy Bar. Now the Alchemy Bar on this ship is absolutely massive, so plenty of seating. If you're not familiar with the Alchemy Bar, this is the bar you go to where, of course, you can order off their menu, but the best thing to do is just tell the mixologist kind of what you like, what you don't like as far as ingredients goes, and they will, create your very own cocktail specifically made for you. These drinks are fantastic. They are a little bit pricier at this bar compared to some of the other bars, just because there's a lot more fresh ingredients and top shelf liquors. But the good news is, if you have the Cheers package, it is included in the Cheers package. And the last positive for the drink category is just going to be the venues, the bars themselves, the drink stations. They are all very large. You're never going to feel, crowded. You'll be able to get a drink pretty quickly on this ship, and that is always a plus, especially compared to some of the bigger ships that Carnival has to offer. Now, moving on to the next category, let's discuss entertainment, and let's quickly discuss the one negative thing in regards to the entertainment, and that is there's just not enough time, or there's not enough use to go around to see all of the entertainment, all of the activities that are going on board this ship. So you feel like you're missing out a lot of times, but you'll just have to book another cruise. Oh, shucks. Now let's discuss some of the positives in regards to the entertainment category, starting off with the venues themselves being super oversized for this ship. And this is absolutely a positive thing, because on a lot of the newer ships like the Vista class or the XL class, which of course is the Mardi Gras and the soon-to-be Carnival Celebration, you typically have to show up to venues, 30, 45 minutes early in order to get a seat, or a good seat. Sometimes you can't even get into the shows because they're just full. But on this ship, we never at one point felt like, we were going to miss a show. We could show up right pretty much when the show started, still found a seat. Now, of course, if you want a particular seat or whatnot, you might have to get there, 15 minutes early, but it was never an issue. We saw a lot of different comedian acts, karaoke, main stage show, variety acts, piano bar, all of that. All of these spaces are huge compared to a lot of the other ships, and that is an absolute positive. Now, another thing that we really enjoyed in regards to the entertainment on this ship was the variety of live music. And I'm not discussing the, main theater with the Broadway or the playlist productions. I'm talking about the artists that you can find throughout the ship, whether it's on the Lido deck, the Red Frog Pub, the Alchemy Bar, or in the atrium. We saw some fantastic artists that we really enjoyed every single one of them and felt bad that we were missing somebody else's performance at that time, but the live music was sensational. Of course, you're probably not going to have the same artists that we did, although you may have one or two of the same depending on the time you go. All right, moving on to the last category before we give the overall grade of the ship, and that is going to be the ship itself. Let's get into some of the negatives first. Now, for us, the layout on this ship is a bit awkward in certain areas, especially on the lower decks. You have the comedy club all the way on deck 1, all the way forward. You have the club that's 2-tiered on deck 2 and deck 1, and also the atrium, which usually is, the center of the ship. If you've been on a Carnival ship in the past, the atrium on this ship is actually a part of the whale tail, that translucent funnel, and it's near the aft of the ship. So on this ship, when you're in the atrium, your mind is going to tell you that you're in the middle of the ship just because you're probably used to it, but in fact you're towards the back of the ship, and it confused us at least for the first 3 or 4 days. Right. Another negative, but this certainly will be rectified in the next month once it goes to dry dock. I believe the Carnival Miracle goes to dry dock in mid-October of this year, but the outside of this ship is definitely looking a little rough, but again, they're going to be doing the entire paint job. It's gonna look like all the other Carnival ships with that beautiful blue hull. So this will be rectified, but if you are going on this ship between, when this video posts up until it goes to dry dock, the outside has seen some better days, but again, they will rectify that. Now, the last negative I wanted to discuss was the interior design or the decor on this ship. It is big, it is bold, it is in your face, and it looks dated in quite a few areas. Specifically, the Bacchus main dining room, the Phantom Theater, which is your main theater room where your playlist productions are, and the Comedy Club, which is going to be your Mad Hatter's Ball. And lastly, let's finish on a positive note with some of the positives in regards to this ship overall. Now, this ship is a terrific size. It never feels overcrowded and has a ton of open decking. Also, the Spirit class, which of course includes the Carnival Miracle, are known for having the most amount of balconies on this class of ship. So even if it's, an ideal or desirable itinerary and fills up quickly, there's a chance that you still will have the option to getting a balcony stateroom. Now, another thing we loved about this ship is on the Lido deck, instead of having just one main pool like most other ships, the Carnival Miracle has 2 pools, and in fact, one is outside and one can technically be inside. So if you're going to a place like Alaska, where we went to, they will actually, put the roof over this pool, keep it nice and warm on the inside, and the pool itself is going to be heated. Now, if you're going down to like Ensenada, Mexico or whatnot, they will open that up, and then you'll have 2 outdoor pools, which helps with the overcrowding, of course, with swimming, because the pool areas are always, a little bit tight on cruise ships. Now, continuing with the pool, we love Serenity on this ship. On this ship, it is located on the Lido deck, all the way aft, so all the way on the back of the ship. And in Serenity, which of course is the adults only area, you have your own towel stand, own bar, own runners, comfortable loungers, shower, jacuzzi or hot tub, as well as your pool. And because it's the back of the ship, the only sound you're going to hear is going to be the beautiful wake of the ship. It is one of my favorite Serenities on a class. I would have to put it right behind the Carnival Sunshine Serenity, but it is right there neck and neck. Now, the last positive I want to discuss about the ship itself is going to be the iconic whale tail. And on this class ship, it is truly iconic because it has that translucent window that looks down at the steakhouse at the specialty restaurant. This area is spectacular. It's also nice to get up on the open deck around the funnel, get some great pictures. It really is a beautiful sight to see, especially at night with it lit up. Now, lastly, we have to give the Carnival Miracle a final grade, and for this ship, there's so much to love about. We also have a lot of nostalgic, memories and feelings for this ship, because if you didn't know, this is the ship that me and Michelle met on 15 years ago. So to be back on it recently, after 15 years was just mind-blowing. We enjoyed every minute of it and did not want to get off of it after the 20 days. Unfortunately, we'll have to move on. Hopefully, we will get back on that ship one day, but we do have a couple other ships in the class that we haven't been on that we're looking to go on in the near future. Now, as far as a grade, we are going to have to give it a B+. There's just so much to love about this ship in general, and I think once it comes back from dry dock, it's going to be even better. I don't know all the details that are going to happen once it hits dry dock, but we do know that it will be painted with that beautiful blue color, blue and gold color that all of the other ships now have. So now what I would love for everyone to do that's watching this video is let me know in the comment section below. First off, if you've sailed on the Carnival Miracle before, what was your grade? What were some of your likes, dislikes? Do we agree, not agree? Love to read all about that. And then on the opposite side of that, for the people that are maybe watching this thinking that they might book this ship in the near future, absolutely do it. You will not be disappointed, and I want to know your entire experience once you come back in the comment section below. Now, as always, thank you so much for your continued support. If this is your first time coming across the channel, please consider subscribing. We do post cruise content regularly, as well as do lives with us as a family, as well as other content creators. We're also on, of course, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and are definitely in the comment section below answering any questions and responding to each and every one of you. So again, thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you right back here in the next video or on a cruise ship one day. Catch you later.